Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm testing out this format. We'll see how it works and see how you guys like it, but I think this is going to be my first YouTube video. I wanted to go over this game I played in Challenger. I played this earlier today, and it's me against Scrubnoob. So, I don't know if it would be more so informational, but I guess best Zac against best Rengar, I could kind of explain my thoughts, because I won this game. I'm trying Proto Belt as well. So I was wearing the jetpack, and it was a full challenger game. I'll pull up the op.gg, but it's assuming full challenger. I'm playing on streamer mode, so I don't think any of these people know who I am. But I wanted to talk about what happened this game, my thought process, and since it's high elo, I can learn from it, and I hope other people can learn from it as well. As a background, I'm the best Zac in North America, probably the world. I've been playing Zac since season 8, a little bit before. I was Diamond in season 7 to season 8. Afterwards, I was season 9, I hit Masters. Season 10, I first hit Challenger, and I've been above 1,000 LP since, generally speaking. But I think my skill level improves, um, and I always try to improve my LP as a player. It's one thing to reach a high elo and stay there, and it's another thing to reach high elo and keep climbing, in my opinion. But here we are, many years later after season 10 and season 15. So here, I start red buff. Usually Scrubnoob, he's always asking his team for a ward on enemy raptors.
I'm not as squishy as I look.
I'm not too sure of like why he does this. I'm guessing it's for if he wants to invade or if he's curious if I'm invading. My thoughts during this game were when Scrubnoob, when the ward was placed, I assumed it was because he doesn't want me to invade him. Um, Generally as a jungler, I don't really invade. I don't mind invading. I also don't mind getting invaded.
I should get a
Um,
suit.
I think it works both ways. So if people invade me, I usually deal with it pretty pretty well, probably better than many other junglers. Because at the end of the day, it's a mental thing, and the way you receive like getting invaded, the way you mentally perceive it is everything. So here I start red buff. Um, I'm not very afraid of Rengar, of Scrubnoob in general.
I'm good.
He's a very good Rengar player. I respect him, but I think he has some sort of like mental block against Zac. So I try to give him the benefit of the doubt, but when it comes down to ranked, we're both trying our best. So I think this game is a very good example of like two OTPs like head on against each other. Because at the end of the day, it could go either way. He can stomp on me or I could stomp on him. It can be even, but it's still very, very good information because there aren't there aren't many other OTPs that are very good like me in Scrubnoob. So here I pass on the Wolves. I'm not very concerned. I have a Swain Rakan. I know that they can move if there's an invade. And Scrubnoob, I'm pretty sure he comes up here. At this point, I'm not thinking about Rengar invading me. I'm just thinking about their bot lane harassing me. Um, it really just didn't cross my mind. I'm just sitting here in the bush, like just farming. In the moment right here, I just didn't care. Here, I saw him pull. I'm gonna play this back, um, because this was I don't want to say a bug, but when Zac's Q CCs something, it freezes the damage that it takes, meaning that if I pull someone 1 HP and it's gonna kill them, it counts as an execute, but only for my damage, meaning that my team can kill the enemy when I'm pulling them, but when it comes to neutral camps or minions, they're mine. Meaning that the damage that's done to the neutral, it'll always be mine. So like if he smites it when it's being pulled, it won't take any damage. So I'm gonna slow this down just to show. My apologies for the audio distortion, but I'll show what I'm talking about here. So here I'm pulling the blue down into the ground. I don't think he's gonna invade. I don't even know if he's up in this bush. Here I pull, I click on the blue buff. So the pull animation is going off, and I know here that he's not gonna get this blue buff. Right here in this moment, I know he's not gonna get it. So I don't have to panic smite. I don't have to do anything. I know I'm gonna get the blue buff. I end up pulling it in here. The 12 HP I end up getting it. So now I know I have the blue buff. I know Scrubnoob, he has no bush to jump from. Let me move this back. And I know that I could fight on the ground here. So here I'm just kind of fighting on top of the ground because I don't want him to jump from the bush. I'm assuming my team would move. Avengers. Full challenger game, it's kind of to be expected. My bot lane, they wouldn't want anything else from me, and I don't think they'd want anything else for themselves. But it was a good try, Scrubnoob. It was a very good try. But I won that smite fight. The untargetability from Zach's Q is honestly, I think just the part of the game. And it's very easy for me to cast my Q auto at a different time to where it would be targetable, and I could lose that play. But just know, if advantages exist in League, you should use them. There's no reason there why I wouldn't think to do that and win that fight. Um, I believe I played it very well, and I think if I had to do it over again, I would just try to do it better. Um, but yeah, that was the first play. He invaded me, 16 CS, he wanted my blue buff, I ended up getting it. So now Scrubnoob's dead, he died, and I'm able to take Scuttle bot lane, and then I recall, go to Krugs. So we're at Krugs now. I still have Flash. So here, this was my day one experimentation. I guess I would call it a discovery of Rocket Belt. Rocket Belt is a very interesting item. People have been telling me to go for a very, 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 very long time. And now I'm building it. I think it has such a huge expression, um, a huge artistic value I can express with Rocket Belt that not many other champions can really do. I'm gonna make a video on its own, and I'll probably implement some clips from this video. But I think that Rocket Ball is generally the future for Zach, at least for me. I believe it adds a new dimension to gameplay that you otherwise wouldn't have without it. So here I go for the dragon. I know that Scrubnoob, he can't come. I know my bot lane would cover me, but notice here I commit to the dragon fully. I'm not doubting anything here when I take this. Some other junglers, they'll be indecisive. They might try to force a gank. I'm just taking the dragon from start to finish. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that, in my opinion. Here I go for Grump afterwards, and then I'm looking to recall and go for my top camps. Here I don't really need to force much. There's really nothing on the map that has to be forced. Um, and then here I'm just trying to strategize my build. At this point I was trying to figure out how to fit in magical footwear in the inventory with the jungle item. Some inventory consolidation. I'm sure we're gonna figure it out, but this was my main objective this game, was what I was kind of focusing on myself, laying out the carpet of my items, very lightly, very neatly. So here they're fighting top lane. I see Scrubnoob here. I'm not really phased. I'm just focused on my own game here. Um, this Rakan was Dardoch, and I didn't know this during the game, but shout out to Dardoch, bro. He's a great support. This guy's awesome. I think I played the most ARMs ever in one sitting with Dardoch. It was maybe like 18. Just a fun fact, but you know, I love this Rakan like a brother. He's awesome. And yeah, I'm not very phased at this point. Focusing back on me. I'm not phased, I'm not bothered. I'm just trying to get my camps here. And then I look mid lane, shoot before I aim, I just release the E right away as soon as it's fully charged. I don't see a reason to wait here. Um, when you don't wait like this and you just shoot the E off, I know I'm able to commit to the play fully with really little to no repercussions. I'm just gonna replay this, from my perspective. Um, like here, yeah, just let go of the E, pull them in, go through with the play. Is it like the alternative would be waiting for the E to fully charge before going for the Talia, and then waiting for like an angle. But the reality is the angle is just releasing it and going in. We chase, Rengar ends up being there. I don't commit because I don't have passive, and I don't see a reason to commit and die there. I 100% would have died on that play if I went for it. But I'm not bothered. I knew that that's how it would go. And I just commit to the Talia because she wasn't ready for me to gank, and chasing her down and killing her there was the best case scenario. So now I'm going for blue Grom. I see I can go bot lane, but it's Alistar Ashe. I changed my mind. If a fight were to break out there when I'm walking down, it makes it a lot easier that I'm pathing in that direction. Um, but you know, it is Alistar Ashe, so I'll get caught under tower if I just go and gank that. Here I go and clear the control ward. I'm guessing Scrubnoob would be on grubs, but I'm not afraid to fight him. I just wanted to recall, simplify my build, start building these components for Rocket Belt, and then I start moving towards grubs. Um, here I'm really just not afraid. I'm level 7. I have Kindle Gem. I'm sitting on Kindle Gem Alternator. Here I could go between Krugs and grubs. I see they go on Yasuo. I look to counter gank if we can make something happen here. He ends up dying quicker than expected, so I just jump in, walk away, disengage. Alistar here, I know he can cut me off, so I walk back, then I E over to the red pit. This here saves a lot of time, maybe like 5 seconds, Eing over both those walls. I see Scrubnoob top. I go for Krugs. This Nar's pinging Darius Flash Darius Ghost, so I'm gonna look after these Krugs. I see that he's super low HP, and I assume that he's backing in this bush here. I go for him. He heals from Q. This play would be very, very hard if I didn't fully commit, but I fully commit. Go in, smite, EW. He ends up dying, and I get a ton of gold. Um, you know, just the fruits that come with the kill. You know, fully committing to those kills is what gets me the gold, and any hesitancy that Darius could just kill me there. You know, so I'm not messing up any of those plays. It's pretty straightforward from my perspective, just kind of go in and hit him until he dies and then get out with the gold. And then it makes my Nars game easier, but I'm just focused on mine. Here I see the flower, grab that, get the one adaptive force. And then I want to play for this Chemtech Dragon here. Now, some of you may ask, like, if what would happen if Scrubnoob invaded me this game, or if something would have happened. From his perspective, the thing is, I would just kill him on the invade just like I did on the blue, and it wouldn't be that straightforward. So, saying the game could go another way, it always will. The next game I play against him will always be different. But am I scared of him invading me, or scared of him killing me? Am I worried about losing this game? To be honest, not at all during this game, and afterwards, no. Um, there are other players that make the game difficult, but I think it truly just comes down to how strong your mental is as a player. And coming from a high elo player's perspective, like 1000 LP plus, when you're used to playing with all these people, it becomes normal. Just like with anything you're very good at. It's dependent on the person too. But you know, it's a choice at the end of the day here to play well, and you know, I do it all over again. So here I see him in the bush. I'm a little bit hesitant. I jump around because I know I have rocket belt. I pull them together, doing a ton of damage. I see Scrubnoob. I rocket belt away. He's trolling basically like all the way here by jumping. I hold my jump, hold it, hold it, hold it. I wait for Scrubnoob to come. I'll put this back and then play it slow. So I'm holding my E here. Jump. I see him jump. I'm waiting because I know he could jump to someone else. I know he's walking in the bush, and then he's looking. So I release my jump right at the second I know he jumped. This was all basically pre-planned, and there were no surprises after that kill. Um, it felt very smooth when I did it. But there, it's just kind of holding my jump, because I'm not going to release it right away. It's better to wait for Scrubnoob to jump on a target and then cancel him. Here I see the flower. Rakan's going in. I wait here for the Alistar to flash. He flashes in. This guy's so low, and I know I could win this fight. And we do have Swain. I don't have R though, and I'm almost level 11. Scrubnoob is just straight up walking in here. I don't know why. It's very dangerous to do this. Just kind of jump in it, with like no info. Here I have E, I have Rocket Belt. I see the Talia's caught out. Hit her with the edge of the E. Throw the Q out. Hit it again. Scrubnoob jumps in. He's super low. Swain kills. I still have Rocket Belt. I'm just looking to see if I can get any more picks. I know that the Ash is here, and I see this flower. Now, I'm gonna go for the flower no matter what. I don't even know if the Ash is here. She ends up showing on vision. I'm looking. I see Rakan on Alistar. I look at Alistar. Alistar W's. We have Ignite on him. He dodges the Swain W. Taps R. I know that I can't kill him. So I disengage. We get Alistar. This makes the next fight pretty much won and pretty much easy. So here I'm going towards the Rift Herald. I have Lucid Shoes, and now I'm basically unkillable. So strong. So here I'm really not afraid to fight anyone or anything. The Alistar, he's kiting me out, running away. I realize this, I don't want to chase that, so I go on Rift Herald. I I tap it, go on Krugs, and then just continue farming. And yeah, just keep in mind this game, like I'm really like mental state wise, I'm just kind of calm the whole time. There's really nothing like big going on. Like I would say like I'm afraid like if like I knew his name or something like before the game started, but like it's safe to assume that it's Scrubnoob or some other very good Rengar, and that's all I really need to know. They end up getting feats. Um, I really just don't realize this, and I notice, but what am I gonna do? I finished taking the rift. I see Swain goes in on this, Ash. She just ends up dying. I'm like, okay. Grab the big flower. Keep moving down, hit Scrubnoob with the Q. Hit the flower. Hit the next flower. He's running away. I assume he's on Krugs. I mess up the rocket belt. Shot it a little bit short. Snipe him with the Q. Pull him in. E, R. Rakan goes in. We get the kill. Here it's 2v2. I see Talia. I flash over. Alistair goes over the wall. We're getting pulled. I throw E down. Yasuo R's. Yasuo goes in, kills the Talia. And then here I just go on the dragon. Rengar's dead. I see the Alistair try to WQ. There's 3 here, no Rengar. I know I can look for a kill. I see Gnar, I E in. Rocket Belt. Gives the red slow. Red Swain slow. Disengage back for dragon. I see Rengar ult. I spam ping the dragon because I don't want him to jump in. He goes for the Yasuo here. I don't know why. I just charge the ego on him and he's gone. Drop the rift for the Yasuo. Get the flower. Go for my Krugs. I see blue ward hit it. There's another flower that's below the wolves, but I wanted to get my farm here. I think it's overall better for me to get my farm. Hit the flower behind the tower. And then I just keep farming. Grab my Visage. And at this point, we're pretty much chilling. I'm really not worried here. We have all these dragons, and I'm just laying my own carpet out here. I'm not really thinking too much, like at all, about my team. Aside from the fact that I'm playing with them and they're playing well. So I go on the Talia here, knock her up. Nara throws her into the wall. She's dead. Here, I realized after I canceled the E that I could have just chased. So I wait for the next reset. Pull her into the ward basically the last second. Ends up getting the kill. Look for the next E. No angle. And then I pressure for Otacon. Here I sim clear the Krugs. Just one smite on them, he ended up getting it. Then I just go for farm. Playing for Magi's, pretty sure. I see I have 1500, but I go for the blue. Or 1150. 1150. I go for the blue buff, and I'm pretty sure I recall after this. Oh, I look mid. Go clear this spot ward. Then I start recall. I'm looking for Magi's here. I'm looking top lane after this recall. They also is fighting. I see Nars here. I know I can get a Magi stack, so I walk up. Rocket Belt W. Jump over the wall. Alistar just ends up dying. Team wants to play for this last dragon. I see Swain fighting, he's just kind of soul killing. And then I'm looking for Darius. Land the Q on him. Dardoch goes over the wall. I throw the next D, it almost hits him. Darius ghosts. Dardoch follows, he goes in. Throw the E, Q, auto, R, I'm spamming W. I'm generally aware of how much damage I'm going to do there. So I'm not really afraid of Darius popping off and killing everyone. You're over the wall. Looking for Ash, but I'm 99% sure they would have worn that pixel. Rocket Belt, throw the Q out, pull him into the tower. Ends up landing us a kill. I realize that slow is going to get me killed on the next tower shot, so I leave it. Then I go for red buff, just to heal. Not finished fighting. Scrubnoob goes in, smites it from me. Looking to follow, he flashes. Throws the E out. Here I'm on the edge of the bush, and I know he has to jump on either one of us, so I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. Throw it out. Hit the Q on him, auto, he dies. The patience on the Rengar jumps is what gets me the kills. If I just shoot the E out without thinking about where he's going to go first, or what he can do if I do jump first, then the play would become flip. Um, the way that I hold the E is very precise, and I'm waiting till he jumps. I'm not just throwing it out, like waiting and then throwing it out. I'm waiting till exactly I know where he's going to jump. And then I go on him, kill him, and then move on to the next play. Here, Rakan pings the Baron. I look to take the 5-man red buff, and then I'm down to play for it. Rengar, he just can't do much here. I don't think he could jump in and steal. He could try. I don't think it would work. So, I just kind of have balls here and just ping the Baron. Just tell my team to do it, and we all hit it together. This is the beauty of a great team. But you know, I wouldn't mind if they didn't help me, but I appreciate every little bit of it. You know, you gotta love the people you play with. It's very counterintuitive if you want to get good at League and you hate your teammates. Um, and this applies universally to everybody. It's a lot better if you find enjoyment and fun in yourself, and then your teammates experience the benefits. So here, I see the team fighting, I take wolves, I jump over. The rocks are laid out. I throw out Rocket Belt. I think Scrubnoob dodges it. Our team is kind of just annihilating them. I don't know. I didn't realize Swain would go for this. He just kind of ends up going with Rakan. They get the kill, and then that wraps the game up. It was pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty fun game from my perspective. I mean, this game I was just trying to test Rocket Belt and ended up against Scrubnoob, and this is the result of the game. So I definitely think I played well. there were no noticeable mistakes. Maybe other than giving feats of strength, but that was basically on accident, and everything else I view as I did perfect. So hopefully this video was informational for anyone. If anyone also was interested in who the lobby was, this is the end of it. Um, I'll probably put a screenshot up on at the end of the video of the op.gg of the game. But yeah, this is hopefully an informational video. Stack against Rengar. If anyone takes any value out of it, I'd gladly appreciate it, and that's what I'm here for. So thanks for watching.